The second valley we're going to talk about is the valley of doubt and discouragement. One of the most toxic attacks the enemy launches against the believer is doubt. When doubt fills your heart and mind, discouragement soon follows. Doubt is toxic because it holds you from God's best. Doubt is the opposite of faith. The enemy wants you to live without hope and courage. The biblical example is in Numbers 32:9. It says, when they went up to the valley of Eshcol and saw the land, they discouraged the heart of the children of Israel. Israel was one step away from the promised land, but the 10 spies filled the people with doubt. Because of that doubt, they never reached the promise. Only Jacob and Caleb possessed the land 40 years later because of their faith. If there is a promise of God, I want to have it and leave it as an inheritance for my kids, and I don't want to speak doubt over myself. The key truth is the Valley of Eshcol means the valley of the clusters, representing more than enough. The enemy wants to change your valley of abundance into a valley of doubt. The solution is to remember what God said. Ignore voices of doubt. When you step out, God steps in. The way to escape the valley of doubt and discouragement is to remember what God said and step out in faith. The third valley is the valley of heaviness. Have you ever wrestled with heaviness in your life from depression, fear, or anxiety? The valley of heaviness comes against everyone. Rich or poor doesn't make a difference, strong and weak. In Israel, there's a valley called the Kidron Valley, and it means the valley of mourning, the valley of heaviness. The biblical examples are that David fled through this valley when Absalom rebelled against him. That was his son. Jesus walked through this same valley on the way to the Mount of Olives before his arrest and crucifixion. But the Kidron Valley sits between two mountains, the Mount of Olives, which is the anointing, and the Temple Mount, which is God's victorious presence. The powerful truth is that sometimes we must go through the valley of heaviness, but we don't stay there. Psalm 23:4 says, yea, though I walk through the valley. Walk here means to march as a soldier. Christ is with you, so keep marching. He is leading you to victory. The way out is Isaiah 61:3, to give them beauty for ashes, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. Nothing detoxifies your life like praise.